By starting the program, the basic screen is shown, where it's possible, by selecting the curtain menu Languages, to choose the favorite language by which the system will communicate with the user. By pressing the icon showing the clock, the system will start to communicate in turn with all the tables connected. On the left side of the screen, all the tables connected are listed. The operating state of the table is displayed by using different colors: green for the normal state, blue for a non-connected table, yellow for the calibration state, and red for an alarm of out of position. When a table signals an alarm, the colored strip on the right above the picture of the roulette turns from green into red, together with the activation of a sound signal. This warning light remains even when the alarm state of the table stops. It will be necessary that the alarms are looked over by a qualified person owning the appropriate password in order to return to the normal state. In the lower part, on the right of the screen, below the picture of the roulette, in case of alarm, it will be displayed the quantification of the displacement of the roulette which has caused the alarm. The alarms are shown in two ways. In a normal state, it's sufficient to press the button marked with the red traffic light. Then a window will be displayed reporting all the alarms happening in a chronological order and the identification of the person who's looked over them. In a situation of alarm, by pressing the bar on the picture of the roulette and by digitizing the appropriate password, in this case 3 situations will be possible. The window opens by displaying the report of the alarms, the recovery of the normal conditions, the storage that the alarm has been looked over by reporting date and time. When the program starts, a window is displayed. It includes 4 parts. The central part displays some pictures to explain the operation which has to be performed. Below the area of the picture, we can find the synoptic for the registration of the table and the button to shift backwards and forwards in the program. Under this is a space where the operation to carry out from time to time is described. On the left side, there's the area for the readings coming from the electronic level. On the next page, the connection of the various cables necessary to the electronic level is required. After having carried out the connections as the picture shows and press the key forward, the system will perform the control of the corrections by indicating an error if they haven't been carried out in the correct way. If the entire system is connected properly, it will be possible to pass on to the next step. In this step, it's required to position the electronic level as the pictures show and to release the blocking of the pendulum. When these operations have been performed, we can pass on to the next step by pressing the button forward. Here it's required to press the key Receive Measure, which will be displayed in the appropriate column on the right. If the measure does not match the field required, it will be necessary to operate on the adjustments placed in the legs of the support table of the roulette, as we are over the possibilities of adjustment of the regulation micrometric system. Therefore, we have to repeat the function Receive Measure until obtaining a measure in the allowed field. Otherwise, the program will not permit to access the next step. It's required to rotate the rotating mass of the roulette by 90 degrees in order to position the electronic level as shown in the picture. The same operation carried out previously is repeated by acquiring the measure and a possible regulation on the legs of the support table of the roulette in order to match the regulation field of the device. At this stage begins the roulette precision leveling. It's required to restore the level at the initial position. In this step, the synoptic activates, and by pressing forward, the system starts to acquire in a continuous way the data of the electronic level. The warning lights of the synoptic relative to the measure concerned turn to a red color to indicate which one of the adjustment screws has to be set in action, and they'll turn to a green color when the proper position has been obtained. It's again asked to rotate the level by 90 degrees. The same operation is carried out in this direction. The warning light of the synoptic involved will this time be the central one. At this stage, the calibration has stopped. The roulette will have achieved the flatness conditions according to those specified in the tolerance parameters. If we wish, it's also possible to print a report.